Howdy folks, welcome to the inaugural episode of Probably Not So Good Eats. So, I'm part of a trivia group, and so every week we do trivia, and there's always an extra credit opportunity or an opportunity for extra points, and this week's opportunity for extra points was to construct a recipe using some of these ingredients. So we're required to use carrots, we're required to use black beans in some way. We're required to use orange juice, which is in the freezer right now. And we're required to use tortilla chips. So that's kind of the reason that I'm creating this video. As the name of the show implies, this is probably not going to end up working out all that great. So I don't want to say I wouldn't advise doing this. I haven't actually tried this yet. But there's a relatively high chance that this ends up backfiring in my face. So far, pretty much what I've been surviving on during quarantine is cold cereal, oatmeal, Eggo waffles, and eggs, which do not use any of the ingredients that I'm forced to use for this challenge. But, oh well. I'm not one to shrink back from a challenge, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so what I want to create here is, so every year for Thanksgiving, my family always has sweet potatoes. And the past couple years, my mom found this recipe for these really, really good sweet potatoes. And I know you're probably wondering where is he going with this, because sweet potatoes was not one of the ingredients. But I was thinking, you know what, carrots, sweet potatoes, they're both vegetables, right? They're both orange, right? Surely they can't be that much different. And I know at this point, you guys are probably yelling at your screen, wait, Matt, don't do it. Sweet potatoes and carrots are very different. But I just want to remind you that through this entire thing, this is a one-way communication medium. I can't hear you. So how's that? So the first thing that is required whenever you're cooking is you want to set the mood with the right music. So during this quarantine, Bruce Springsteen has kind of been my quarantine music partner. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to listen to some Bruce Springsteen while this is all going on. Drop the needle and pray. All right. So if I start singing during this whole thing, you'll know why. I'm not just going crazy, although that's definitely probably a contributing factor. Alright. So, what we want to do here is we want to start off, we want to mix 1 can of sweet potatoes. Only again, instead of sweet potatoes, I'm using carrots. So I'm going to go ahead and drain these. Again, there's a relatively high probability that this ends up working out very poorly. But you know what? What's the point of cooking if you're not willing to experiment a little bit? Alright. So you have carrots. Alright. 1 egg. Egg here. Yeah. Alright, 1/4 of a cup of milk. Alright. Get some milk here. Where's the 1/4 of a cup mark? One-fourth of a cup of milk, 1/2 of a cup of sugar. Alright, some sugar here. We need 1/2 a cup of this. Okay. sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So I have actually never bought vanilla before, and now I realize that vanilla is like liquid gold. My goodness. Like a little thing like this costs like $5. I was like, what? And then I saw the invitation vanilla, and I was like, surely I can just use that. Nobody will tell the difference. But I decided for you guys, only the best, right? So yeah, so we have 1/2 a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, these are all in tablespoons. Okay, there's the 1/2 teaspoon. All right, goes to show how many times I've used these. Okay. I'm just gonna be like half the video trying to figure out how to open this thing. All right. Really? Seriously? What the world? Well played. Okay. Okay. I feel like that didn't quite work out quite as well as they were thinking. All right. So we need 1/2 a teaspoon of vanilla. Gosh, it's a good thing you don't use a lot of that because stuff is freaking expensive. All right. Anyway. And 1/4 cup of butter that's softened. All right, so I have some softened butter here. And I honestly have no idea what 1/4 cup is, so I'm just gonna do some butter and hope for the best. There's such a good chance this ends up failing miserably, but oh well. I'll say that's about 1/4 cup. I have no idea what I'm doing. Alright. Let's see if I can raise this. That way you can, and you're not just looking at disembodied body here. No! How can this rig not work? Okay. Slightly better. That way you can at least see my face. Hi! Alright, so we mix this up. This is like the second time I've used this mixer. The only other time was in making the sweet potato version of this. Alright. I think I've successfully made my kitchen horrifically dirty. Oh yeah, what's the point of having a kitchen if you're not going to make it dirty, right? Alright. Yum, yum. Doesn't that look good? Alright. Yep. Alright. Huh. This is a lot more liquidy than the sweet potato version. Probably not what you want in here, but yeah. Okay, you don't have to try this. It's all on me, really. Alright, so then you're going to put this in a pan that you've greased with cooking spray. The last time I made this, I forgot to grease the pan, and that led to a mess on my arm. Alright, so we're just going to put this in here. I'm not going to lie. It looks a little bit disgusting. Actually, it doesn't look all that bad. I think I give myself a little bit less credit than I probably deserve. Alright. So then, the real secret is what you put on top. So for the topping here, we're going to mix 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Brown sugar! Alright. Ah! Almost impaled myself with scissors. Alright. And that is how you die. Oh my goodness. Alright. So we are going to mix up 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Brown sugar. Instruction for the Johnstown Company. 1/2 cup. Seems like a lot of brown sugar. Oh, no wonder it seems like a lot. I was looking at the 1.5 cup mark. All right. Well, these are going to be really, really sweet. I guess. Not an idiot. You know, if you compress it enough, it counts as a 1/2 cup. Again, I know you're yelling at me through your screen, but again, I can't hear you. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and put that in there. All right. 1/2 cup of chopped pecans. So I do not have chopped pecans, but I do have the next best thing, pecan halves. To the river, oh I know the river is dry, oh down to the river, down to the river. Alright. 1/6 of a cup of flour. However, I do not own any flour. But I texted my mom on Thanksgiving and said, hey, what can I use if I don't have any flour? And she said that you might be able to use saltines, which saltines are crackers. And I was thinking, well, crackers, that's pretty much the same thing as tortilla chips, right? So here's where the tortilla chips come into play. So we are going to use tortilla chips instead of flour. There's no way that we end up in a universe where this probably tastes actually somewhat decent. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and crack some tortilla chips here. About 1/6 of a cup. If nothing else, I'm having fun through this whole process. At least right now. Now, we'll see if I'm still saying that after I actually taste the food. But all right. Oh my goodness, this is gonna end up so bad. All right, and then 1/6 of a cup of butter softened. You know what? Okay, fine. We'll use half of this. All right. Oh, I probably should have been preheating the oven. So yeah, so you want to preheat the oven to 325. All right. Preheat. All right, and then you just mix up this. Nuts, crackers, tortilla chips, brown sugar flying everywhere around here. This is so bad. Okay. On Thanksgiving, when I made the sweet potato dish, I used waffle mix instead of flour, which is probably actually a better idea. But waffle mix was not one of the ingredients that was listed that you needed to use, and tortilla chips was. So then you crumble this stuff on top of your mixture there. I have no idea what this thing is actually supposed to be used for, but I found it helpful to use for things like this. We have to apply things on top. Yum, yum, yum. Oh my goodness. So much brown sugar. Okay. This is probably gonna be sickeningly sweet. Again, make sure you actually read your measuring cups so that you can keep track of what is 1/2 cup and what is 1.5 cups, because apparently there's quite a big difference. Yeah, like a cup difference. Okay, I'm a mathematician. All right. Absolutely nothing. Whoa. This actually doesn't look that bad. I have no idea how it's going to end up tasting. But yeah. So now we just wait for the oven to preheat, and then we can set that in there for 35 minutes. Alright. Now, I know you guys are keeping track of all the secret ingredients, and you're like, wait a minute, Matt, what about the beans? You haven't used the beans yet. Well, I'm getting there. So, with your carrot, hot dish, sweet potato stuff, I honestly don't know really what to call it. Maybe I'll show you what it looks like at the end, and then you can comment what you would call it. PG. Alright. So, we are going to make some black bean salsa dip stuff. Yeah. Which, based upon what I've read, is fairly easy to make. You mix black beans and other stuff and call it salsa. Which, hey, I am a fan of stuff that's easy to make like that. Alright. Alright, so we're going to drain these. Absolutely not. All right. So, mix up beans. I'm going to go and mix up some of these diced tomatoes with green chilies that I got from Hy-Vee. Is it good for absolutely nothing? Whoa, oh, yeah. What is it good for absolutely nothing? Alright, and then, just for good measure, I'm going to slice up the carrots as well. And throw that in our concoction as well here. Where's my knife? That's not a knife. Now that's a knife. Alright. Oh boy. How can something look so good on paper and yet not actually work in real life? Ah! Got carrots falling all over the place. It's like a big knife. I'm not quite comfortable trusting me with this. I don't want to jinx it, but so far I haven't cut myself, which is actually, I consider a victory in my book. Yeah. Got a wet hand that's slipping all over the place, and you shouldn't have slippery appendages that are working a knife. I'm gonna dry that for a little bit. Still waiting on my oven preheat. Oh my goodness. All right. Just carrots flying all over the place. Okay. Now at least they're flying on the table, so I can at least pick those up and use them. Oh, the oven is preheated. All right. All right. Let us throw this in there. I'm going to put it on the top rack. I have no idea if that's how it's supposed to go. But yeah, so then you just cook this, your carrot sweet potato concoction for 35 minutes. Start. How come this carrot is going so much easier? Just had a bad carrot to start off with. Alright, and you just kind of mix up that black bean, the tomatoes, the carrots, and bam, you've got a black bean salsa. If you want, you can throw in some cilantro, throw in some other herbs and spices, what have you. I'm a simple man, so I think that it's just fine just the way it is. Alright, now moment of truth. Let's try this out. Yeah. You know, it's actually not that bad. I was expecting that I would just have to say, at this point you get some actual salsa and you try and Princess Bride your way to do the old switcheroo. But what in the world could that be? And then you switch out this salsa with your actual salsa and you actually get some good reviews. But no, it actually turned out not too bad. Alright. So, we've got carrots, we got black beans, we got tortilla chips. The only thing we're missing right now is the orange juice. And I know what you're thinking. Well, gosh, Matt, what am I going to have to drink with this sumptuous meal? So that is where the orange juice comes into play. Alright, I guess. This is all I have. Alright. Hold that thought. Alright. So, growing up, the bowling alley in Mitchell, the Village Bowl, used to do, every single summer they did these bowling cards. I think it was actually sponsored by Pepsi. So it was sponsored by Pepsi, and they did these bowling cards. And what it got you, so every year, the schools would hand out these bowling cards. And during the months of June and July, you got 2 free games of bowling every single day. So my friends and I used to use these all the time. So we would go every single day pretty much and go get 2 free games of bowling. And later on, we found out that you can make this drink using orange juice concentrate. So they never specified whether they wanted like fresh orange juice or orange juice concentrate. So I just went with the orange juice concentrate. I'm trying to see if there's a better option that I have. I think there is. Alright. I'm just going to pour this into this. Aha. Do the old switcheroo. Alright. That way I can use this. Alright. Alright. So what they did was we generally used lemonade concentrate. But you can also use orange juice concentrate as well. You can use pretty much any juice concentrate that you'd like. But what you do is you mix, you mix the juice concentrate with, we always use ginger ale. So you mix up the juice concentrate with the ginger ale, and you kind of make like a punch type thing. And the way we always did it was, I'm trying to remember how this all went. But I think that if you were bowling and your first frame, or your first half, or the first half of any frame, you get all but one of the pins knocked down, and you miss getting the one pin, then you were in charge of buying the supplies for that day. I think that's how it ended up working. I'm not quite sure exactly. Maybe if they're watching this, they can correct me, which they probably aren't because it's half hour of me cooking, which is more than probably most people want. Alright. Oh, come on. How on earth? It's like a push pop. Alright. Youngest man, I can bet a moment into mine. I ain't a boy, no, I'm a man, and I believe in the promised land. Every morning, go to work each day. Alright. Don't really want to use that. Alright. There we go. Just gotta let it melt for a little bit, and then you can go to town on this. Alright. So yeah, so you mix the concentrate, only instead of water, you just use some ginger ale. And a little bit from that.